What up, everybody? You're now tuned into the true definition of a sports fanatic. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley. And I'm back after a little bit of I would say a break, because it didn't go live last week, so I decided I didn't know if I would go live this week or not. I'm just taking some time for myself, but seeing a few stories, man, it's like I gotta get a piece of this, as you can see from the titles. So bear with me for a moment. I'm going to share to a few groups. Let's see, where are we? I don't know why I didn't share the groups like this before. Like, I don't understand. How did I not think to do this and do it basically all at once? So, but as you see the title, we're gonna get into it. Talk about Dak Prescott, of course. Gonna talk about franchise tags, of course. Everybody's getting franchise tag, and it just so fitting that the three players that I wanted the most are the ones who those three, of course, got tagged. But of course, those were the best players out of the bunch. Why is this not sharing? What is going on? Technical difficulties. You know what? I'm gonna do it from my phone. Forget it. All right. So Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott deserves every single penny that he was given by Jerry Jones. And I know how some people are. Of course, he was paid like the best, but he's not the best. But when it comes to paid, especially in sports, it's not necessarily always about who's the best. It's about who's next. Because if the Dallas Cowboys don't pay Dak Prescott like he's the best, another team will certainly line up to take him on and pay him like he's the best. You have to pay him what the market bears. And on the market, Dak Prescott would have fetched a ransom, an absolute boatload. So, but hold on, bear with me one more second. Let me share to these groups, man. All right, here we go. Real deal. Post. Live sports. See what was greatest. And I know a bunch of Cowboy fans, man. I know a bunch of Cowboy fans, especially one in particular. The argument for most Cowboy fans is that Dak Prescott hasn't won anything. He hasn't won anything, and why should he get paid the money that he wants to get paid? Because he hasn't won anything. And like I tell him, just like I said, it's not about who's the best. It's about who's next. He's a young quarterback. He hasn't even really hit his prime yet. Quarterbacks don't hit their prime until their 30s. That's prime time right there. That's when the mental part of the game has completely slowed down for them, while them still having great physical attributes to dominate the game. And with Dak Prescott, a quarterback that hasn't even hit his prime yet, one who's putting up ridiculous numbers, regardless of what he's won so far, it is what it is. You got to pay the going rate, which is why you see guys getting tagged today. But with Dak Prescott, they could have avoided this a long time ago by paying him what he wanted initially, because he got more than what he wanted initially. Even though he did get hurt and that hampered him a little bit, he still would have got top dollar on the market when they figure out that he would make a full recovery from his injury. So there's no reason for the Cowboys to have lowballed him at this point. He's already proven that, he's in the upper half of quarterbacks in this league. But going forward, I wonder how they're going to continue to build around him. Now that you have that albatross of a contract, how are you going to retain certain players? You have to draft well. Cam Robinson got tagged today, shaking my head. Wow. They had to do that and I don't have a problem with it, because they didn't want to pay him long term right now. I understand letting him play out this season on the tag and seeing if him turning in a good season, because I mean, what are your alternatives right now? You're not going to be able to get Trent Williams. Who else? I think it was Russell Okung. I don't think he's going to be available now. So the tackles that you might have been able to get had a chance to get, now you're not getting them. And do you want a rookie tackle protecting your young, soon-to-be star quarterback? I don't think so. So I think retaining Cam Robinson, even with a franchise tag that's going to pay him a significant amount for 1 year, I think it's smart business, because let's say Urban Meyer and them have no faith in him really going forward just yet. I mean, and you want to see how he's going to operate under the tag. I expect a great season from Cam Robinson because it's his football life. He wants to get paid. He has to stay afloat. He wants to continue to be a starter in this league and to progress. So I expect him to play like his hair is on fire to get that big payday. I think this motivates both sides tremendously. It's the same with Allen Robinson in Chicago. Allen Robinson, no doubt, gets the franchise tag. Chicago would be stupid to let Allen Robinson get away, just like the Jaguars were stupid for letting him get away. The same with Leonard Williams in New York. Same with Justin Simmons in Denver. I mean, 3 great players who shouldn't see the light of day. They should be retained by their teams. Another one was Brandon Scherf, the guard from Washington. Chris Godwin in Tampa Bay and Marcus May in New York with the Jets. You have to tag those guys because you haven't got a long-term deal worked out, so you have to tag them. But players do not like the franchise tag. They don't. They hate the franchise tag because it gives no security. Yes, I get a significant amount for this season, pretty much the top 5 average of whatever position they play. Yes, it's a nice penny, but it's not guaranteed, because if they get hurt going forward now, your prospects for getting the big payday you wanted drops tremendously. It does. They could have negotiated this away in the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement they did. But I told you they didn't do it. Almost 1,000 players didn't vote on it. Stuff like this could be avoided if players cared more about their futures, but they don't. I mean, and they're young guys. I get it. I mean, I was young once. I was in their age range once. You just want to make money and play football. All the semantics, yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, other than guys being tagged who I wanted to be, who the Jaguars would definitely, I could see them getting. Now you have to go in a different direction. Now you have to look at other safeties. Now we have to look at other defensive linemen. Now will Shaquille Barrett be available? Now that Chris Godwin is tagged, can you go get Shaquille Barrett? I'll say go get Shaquille Barrett. Go get Shaquille Barrett. But and another one was Marcus Williams, the safety from New Orleans. I would have loved to get Marcus Williams here in Jacksonville to upgrade our safety spots, because in the safety spots you just got 2 guys, man. I mean, it is what it is. But hey, let's see what was left. What was left? I want to make sure I covered everything, and I think that's about it. Gonna move on now. Talk about Meyers Leonard, the center from the Miami Heat. I don't understand why people in general, it doesn't matter, athlete, whoever, doesn't matter, but I don't understand why people in general continue to spew anti-Semitic rhetoric, like racial slurs against Jewish people. I don't get it. I don't get it. We understand that for the most part, you might face some backlash for saying something about Black people, but for the most part, you know, you're not going to be just ostracized and vilified and, you know, just can't do anything else. You can apologize or whatever and leave it at that. The same goes for saying anything about other ethnicity groups. Like you could say just about anything. I mean, they'll cancel you. You'll face some trouble, but not the backlash that you seem to get when you make statements against the Jewish community. Like those people hold power. So, and they own so much. So saying something against them, I don't understand how that you thought in your head that, okay, maybe I should say something that's anti-Semitic and say something that's against Jewish people. But if you don't know, Meyers Leonard, the center from the Heat, recently was on a Twitch stream playing video games. Of course, he's built a following off of playing video games and streaming them on Twitch, you know, interacting with fans and people in all walks of life or whatever. And while he was on the other day, he uttered a racial slur against Jewish people. I won't repeat it here, because these are governed airwaves. So I'm pretty much get a strike for anything I say of that nature, even just repeating it. But go look up the story about Meyers Leonard and see what he said. And I just want to know in the moment, like, what were you thinking about? Like, what were you thinking about? You couldn't have been thinking. Like, you have built your life to this point. I think he's like 28 or 29 years old. So he's not a 19-year-old kid. I mean, you have some awareness about you. You have supposedly have some smarts about you. Lorenzo, what's up, man? Man, I think the last time I saw you was at Come Together Day. Golly, that was a long time ago. My brother still talk about it to this day, and certain activities that went on that night. But anyway, for you to build yourself, you built a great life. You're a multimillionaire basketball player. You gained a following on Twitch, and you pretty much built a nice little lane for you to succeed in. And like the Twitch streaming, he could do that way beyond his NBA years. And then if he wants to get into broadcasting, he can do that. There's so many avenues that Meyers Leonard has opened up for himself because of his athletic ability. Now a lot of those doors have absolutely shut, man. Hey, Renzo. Hey, we can't talk about stuff like that over these airwaves, dog. But one day, yeah, we got to talk about it. Yeah, we got to relive that, man. But now so many doors have shut for Meyers Leonard, and I don't understand, man. I understand you wanting to take a stance, whether it's political or personal or anything like that, and you don't care about what people say, whether you're to the left, you're to the right. Some kind of moral stance, value stance. I got it. You want to scream on your soapbox and you want to die on a certain hill. But stuff like this, I mean, shouldn't exist anymore. Dude, take those things out of your vocabulary. If you're not of that community, dude, don't say it. Like, I don't understand why you would risk your entire career because you want to use words that you shouldn't use. Like, you want to use racial slurs because maybe you and your homeboys used it. Maybe it was a word that was normally used in your household growing up. But once you get out here in the world and you see what is and what isn't, you have to let it go. You have to let it go. Dude, Papa John's, the former CEO was John Schnatter, say it took him months for him to stop saying the N-word. Really, man? It took you months to stop saying the N-word. It was that ingrained in your history. I mean, because you just didn't start saying it when you went off to college and you didn't grow up in the house hearing it. So you grew up in the house hearing it in all your relatives' homes, and it was ingrained in you. That's what it is. That's from birth. If it took you that long to stop spewing that kind of stuff, man, come on. Are you serious? But I mean, I don't know what the Heat are going to do. He just did a partnership with some streaming firm, I guess. And I don't know what they're going to do, but man, Meyers Leonard, I mean, this is a lesson, dude, you have to learn. You got to learn it, man. But I mean, it is what it is. I just want to get on, do a quick live to see. Well, I'm about 15 minutes in. So appreciate everybody for watching and tuning in, man. I probably will be going on live again this week. Got a meeting tomorrow with a certain individual who's probably going to go on live with me. So we'll see how it goes, man. But I appreciate y'all. So stay tuned. I'll give updates. Probably in the next live I might do. It's not going to be centered around sports. So hopefully, I don't know what the topic is and what we're going to talk about, but this will be my first really adventure into outside of sports, doing streaming and things like that. But I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. I'm doing more videos on TikTok over there. So there's certain videos that I'm going to put out on TikTok, the 60 seconds that I'm probably not going to put on other platforms. So check me out over there, man. Hey, appreciate that, Renzo. But I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace.